Welcome back, Scrunch Moms Club.
Welcome back. We're
Uh,
here.
We're both in different backgrounds today.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize you are in a different background.
Yeah, only because I didn't feel like sitting on the other side of my table because then I have to move it. Like it's a whole thing.
Plus, it's like during the day. So, at least for me, I have like natural light. I know your window is right there too. So,
Well, but the wall is blocking it, so
yeah, but you're getting natural light from the sides.
I'm fine. No one has to see all this. It's best that
It's best.
it's best for everybody
I
that
know. I don't know why we still insist on doing the like the video footage when like we don't really get many YouTube
yeah, we're a lot
watchers.
more Spotify and Apple podcasts than we are YouTube.
But I
But
guess
you know
like the
what?
clips and stuff.
Clips and like I don't know, maybe one day someone will want to look rather
Yeah.
than who knows,
For
but
sure.
regardless. So, today's your last day being kidless. How are you feeling? What are the emotions?
Um, I'm ready for them to come home for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they're at the airport now, but I mean, we hung out yesterday, so we were talking about this offline, but it's like it's been such a roller coaster of a week. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
happy, I'm sad, I'm alive, I'm dead, I'm good, I'm
Hmm.
depressed. These last few days, I think also because I haven't done much. Like when I'm out and about and busy, I'm fine because I'm
Yeah.
distracted. But when I'm home, like especially by myself, when Taylor was off, when it was his weekend, like it wasn't as bad because I had somebody. Again, like it's like distractions. But when I'm just home alone, the last few days, I've been home more and like I've been super emo. So yeah, I feel like a full week. That's like a long time. So I'm ready for them to come back. I'm also ready for like them obviously to get back on their routine, but also me. I was talking about this with
Right.
you yesterday. Like I've also been out of routine for a full week, which has been good in some aspects because I get to go to the mall and go to do these stuff, but I'm also like you and I both. Like I thrive on my routine.
Yeah.
So I feel thrown off and it's like when you go on a vacation like a cruise for like a week's good, but then like after a few days, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to have a home cooked meal. Like that's how it's that same sort of feeling of like, it was fun while it lasted, but I don't need to do it anymore.
You're ready for those babies.
Yeah, and I'm sure in a couple days I'll be sick of them again. But for now, yeah, it just feels weird. It's like, what did we do? We always talk about this, but like, what did we do before kids? Like, I feel like I have no purpose. Also, a big thing that I realized that we spoke about yesterday is
Yeah.
I don't have a job. So
Yeah.
my job is a stay-at-home mom right now. So
Yeah.
if I was working, if I was a BCBA, like I think I also I'd be more distracted. I'd feel like I have more of a purpose, so I wouldn't be as emo, but that is my job. So it's like I've been off for a full week and it feels weird.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, yeah, I know. Like when we said it, we were like, oh, duh, we used to have jobs. Like, that's why.
Right. So I think
Yeah.
my kids are supposed to go away again in 2 months, like for the summer for something. So I'm like, I need to like, I don't know, book a trip, like a one more trip somewhere. Cause like I cannot be home or I just like
Yeah.
get really emo. So I don't know. That's like a later decision. But yeah, so all of that to say, I'm very ready for them to come home and like just get back to normal,
Yeah, it'll take a
crazy
few days
life.
of, the craziness and the time changes and
Yeah, I mean, they'll be effed up. But the thing about kids are like they're super resilient. They're not like
yeah.
us, like with time changes and um even with daylight savings, I feel like I always stress about it and then like they adjust within like nothing. It's us
Yeah.
that like, oh, and that brings me to my next point. I've gotten super spoiled the last week. The one thing I have taken advantage of is I've been sleeping in.
Mm.
And I had to set my alarm this morning at 10 a.m. Like I woke up at 10 a.m., but to an alarm. So if I didn't have an alarm, I probably would have kept going,
Sickening.
which is
Wow.
like crazy. And yeah, and it was funny yesterday when we hung out because I had errands to run before we hung out. I set my alarm for like 8:30, which again, with kids, like that's almost sleeping in. That's not so I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to set my alarm for 8:30 because I need to like get back in the swing of like slowly waking up earlier." And when my alarm went off at 8:30 yesterday, like, you would have thought my body thought it was 4 AM. Like, the way I woke up, like,
Oh
I've
my
been woken up
God.
from a coma, I was like I was like, "What year is it? What day is it?" And Taylor's like, "Yeah, you need to, like, get back. You like, this is that's gonna be hard for me to adjust." But also, Taylor and I have, like, a arrangement because he works all day that he gets up with the kids anyway, so really it's his problem, but I cannot sleep until 10. 10 is
No,
crazy.
no.
So that'll be the hardest part, but it's worth it to have my kids home. But that is the one thing I don't think I didn't take advantage of enough before kids is like the sleeping in, the going to bed when
Sleep means so much to me.
it really
So
does mean a lot to you. It really doesn't mean that much to me, but I guess I've really been,
you learn.
lacking.
You learn. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
well, sleep has always meant so much to me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
uh, I love a bed. I love being horizontal. Like,
Yeah.
that's my happy place. Snuggled
So
in some blankets and sheets.
yeah, but usually even like the 1, 2 days if my kids do like go sleep with the grandparents, what is that called? The biological alarm clock. Like I never
Yeah.
sleep in. I always just wake up naturally. But I think because it's been like a full week, my body got used to going back to sleep. So yeah, I'm gonna miss it. It was good while it lasted, the 10 a.m. run, but cannot
You
do that.
needed it. It's so nice that you got the opportunity to, to have that. I'm so, yeah, I'm happy for you that you've had this week and now those babies are going to come home. They're going to be so happy to see mommy.
We'll see.
And
I don't know.
and you're going to whip them back into shape.
Yeah, that's the part I'm not looking forward to. Just like how off routine they're gonna be, and one of them also got sick while they were away, which like that always happens whenever
Mhm.
you travel with little kids. So yeah, like it'll be a rough few days, but as long as I can mentally prepare, I think you and I like whenever we do something new with kids or whenever we're trying to, you just have to set the bar like in hell. You just have to like set the bar low and then everything
Yes.
else that happens, like, wow, it actually turned out better than I thought because the bar was in hell. So I'm really just
100%.
the next few days my bar's in hell for like routine behavior and everything else is just a plus.
Amen, sister.
So that's if you get anything from this podcast, just lower your expectations in life, and then you'll never be disappointed.
Keep the expectations in hell. That should be our podcast, our title.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's fun. Well, good.
yeah. What about you? I mean, I just saw you yesterday, so I'm like,
Yeah, Savannah and I, oh my God, we had such a lovely time.
girls' day.
We had a girls' day featuring Romy. So we ended up not going to Epcot because I'm just like one giant disappointment to Savannah. Actually, like I like all I do is live to disappoint her because well, number one, like when I deleted the episode last week, but also it was just like everything piling up. I deleted the episode. Then we were supposed to go to Epcot, but I have an annual pass where I have blackout dates and she doesn't because she's rich and I'm poor. No, I'm kidding. And I'm blacked out all of spring break week. So we did not go to Epcot. We will go at some point for like 'cause Savannah and I are 2 weeks apart, like birthday wise. So we always like to do something fun and so maybe we'll do that for our birthdays. So instead we like went to we have like this like kind of it's like a food truck square with like turf and there's a bar. It's really cute. And so we went to one of those and I laid out a blanket. Romy is the perfect age to go out with right now. So I just want to like alert the moms, okay? From like 6 to 8 months, maybe even 9 months is like such prime time to take your kid out and like have a picnic and lay them on a blanket. Like you get like because Romy's also at the stage of development where you give her anything, she's happy. Here's a piece of trash. She's like, wow, you giving me gold. Like she literally like loves when you give her anything to hold. So Savannah, Romy and I just like laid our blanket down. We had our food and we were just like girls picnicking.
Yeah, it's really good weather right now in Florida. We had like a little bit
It
of a
was
cold front, so
and
it's
it was
been
65 and sunny yesterday, so glorious.
literally perfect. And yeah,
Yeah.
Romy, I feel like that's the stage I call like just happy to be there. Like they're
Yes.
just like happy to be as long as you're like present, interacting. Um, she was having a great time. She
Oh
can,
my God.
yeah, she can sit up. When they can like sit up, but they can't like go anywhere, like that's prime because
Prime time.
you don't have to
Prime
chase
time.
around little babies.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's just been glorious to take her out and that kind of. I also had a picnic with Jonah the other day too. I've been like a picnicking gal.
You really have.
Yeah. Well, the weather's been so nice, and
Yeah.
I discovered that I have a blanket from Five Below. I told you, and I was just like, what if we just got the blanket out and sat in the grass and had our snacks? And Jonah also loved it. So
Taylor does it a lot with the kids too when they go to the park. He'll bring a blanket and then they'll have a little picnic. I feel like toddlers like love that. It's just like to them it's like Disneyland. Like what? We're eating on the ground? Like
it's revolutionary stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So no, I've been picnicking. So yeah, just threw a couple blocks in front of her and she was happy as a clam for like almost 2 hours. Like just like
Yeah,
right.
she
We were
was
there
great.
for
Oh, I didn't even ask. So did she nap in the car?
she did for almost an hour. Like
Oh
it
my
was
god.
like, yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, but today her naps are going beautiful. Okay, so like that's the thing with Romy, guys. Like she's just in this in between phase of like she's dropping that third nap, but like some days may be good, some days may be shit. That's just like what it's been. And but I'm also not going to stay home all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do have things to do. So it's a little rough, but yeah, today she like slept from 9:15 to 10:30, and then now she's just slept she went to sleep at 1 o'clock. So she's like, yeah, she's if she takes a good nap, God willing, can I heart, she takes a good nap right now, then I don't have to give that last nap. So it's just been a very like in between phase we're in right now, and it's rough, but it's temporary.
So temporary, as we
Yeah.
say with any phase in motherhood.
Any and all of it. So yeah, so we had like a little fun time yesterday, and yeah, we're what else? Just I've
Well,
got a
we're going into the weekend. Any
we're
big
going to the
weekend plans?
weekend. What am I doing this weekend? The only thing I've planned is Sunday we're doing like a big family day at my dad's house, but other than that, not much. How about you? Just getting back. You're not, no plans.
Yeah, I had to look at my calendar. No, no plans. Yeah, getting back in routine. That's really the main goal.
Yeah.
So I think we would be nuts to be like, we're going to Disney after they.
No. Oh my
No,
god.
no, no. Staying at home, just getting back in routine for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, we have advice segment today. And just in case you guys don't know, we do a monthly advice segment where we send out a link to our Instagram where it's an anonymous link. You can send us questions about us. You can send like, are you in a pickle with another mom friend? Is your mother-in-law breaking some boundary? Is your friend asking something of you that, anything and everything
Motherhood
that you need
adjacent. Yeah.
help with that are just two objective girls who I mean, at least me, I've been through the ringer. So, so I feel like I'm very wise. So if you need advice, like we're here. So that's what the advice segment's all about. So I post that once a month. So just look out for that. And we have a few today. So shall we get started?
Let's do it.
Okay. So, our first one. I work from home and have had I work from home and have had my 1-year-old home with me this whole time. It's becoming harder to have him at home and get my work done, and I've been thinking about daycare and I'm feeling so guilty. Yeah, I understand why you're feeling guilty.
Yeah, that
But
transition to daycare, childcare, dropping off with grandparents, it's always hard at first, but again, temporary. But and I feel like yeah, that 12-month phase, kind of what we talked about, like Romy's and the good cushion of like
Mm-hmm.
you probably would be able to work from home, like you can keep her sort of contained, but
Yeah.
at 12 months, it's actually one of my favorite stages because they're so exploratory and like live, laugh, love. So yeah,
So
that
cute.
that would be hard to,
Work from home with, I
yeah,
mean, I think it's harder on us than it is on the kids at the end of the day.
to send them
Um,
somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
1 million billion trillion%.
yeah.
They would prefer that to like have, somebody be able to give them that undivided attention and
Undivided attention, they're getting,
socialization.
yeah, socialization, there's things developmentally, like, it's just so developmentally appropriate, like, but I understand, like, the mama, so I don't wanna, like, disregard that at all because, girl, I get it, yeah, but you got 1 year from working from home, and I think that's a round of applause. That is amazing that you were able to go so long, because that's also 12 months of money you've saved by not having to send your child to daycare because daycare be expensive these days. So I understand why you did that.
Yeah.
So I guess if there's like no way of working, like, I mean, if you really feel some type of way and like maybe you could work out with your job, like doing like dropping some hours or working more on a part-time basis. But if you don't have the means to do that, I mean, I think sending them to daycare is totally fine. I think it's just going to be you that has to, come to acceptance with it and just know, like, I mean, pick a really good place. Like, don't just pick like the first place you find or that has a spot. Like, really
Toward
intentionally, yeah,
toward
really
them.
intentionally pick where you want to send them because that's important. And and then just, yeah, and then if you find a place you really like, they're in great hands and they're happy and they're they're doing what they got to do. Or even if you want to like compromise with like sending them half a day instead of a whole day, like it, like I think you can play around with it. But I also think once you do, because this happened with me when I first sent Jonah to daycare, I was like, I'm only gonna do half days. Like I have to pick him up at noon. I did that for like 3 weeks, and I was like, this is crazy. I'm sending him the whole damn day. So I did, but I mean, everybody's different. So if you decide that is your journey, then so be it. So yeah, I remember that. And then like, I don't know, when you're so comfy with like the teachers and everything, then you start to kind of let go too. So
Yeah, I think because we have this expectation, you think it's going to be like, I'm going to hate it, be miserable, but then you rip the Band-Aid off and you're like, actually, I feel so much better. I can get so much more done.
yeah,
He or she's live, laugh, loving. Like the first week is always rough, like drop off, they cry.
for the first couple of weeks, honestly, like
Yeah.
sometimes they transition, they don't even act like they know you and they say goodbye, but sometimes they don't. So just be prepared that the first couple weeks, keep your expectations in hell. The so it could go either way. They could walk in with ease, or it could be, or what happened with Jonah was the first like few days he did really well, and then he started to like be like, oh, you're sending me away. So any of these can happen, but um yeah, just do whatever is best for you. So either part-time for you, part-time for them, or even sending them 2 or 3 days a week instead. Like
Yeah.
there's lots of options.
Yeah, and I think like the whole mom guilt thing, like it's valid to feel that way, but I also feel like we are always like 9 times out of 10 the only ones who feel that way. Like I said, the child, especially at 12 months old, like no offense, but they haven't even formed core memories yet, so they're not going to
Yeah.
remember. They're not going to be in therapy at 30 years old being like, at 12 months I was sent off to daycare. My mom had the audacity to work.
I
That
know.
bitch.
No, it's so true. And then they won't know any better. That's the thing, which like, but that's not a bad thing because daycare, when you pick the right place, is a wonderful place. So
Yeah, that
like,
I all kids love it. I mean, pretty
yeah,
much.
pretty
Like no
much.
complaints.
Yeah. But
So
again, just pick with intention as well.
yeah, and
And
it's valid to be sad and guilty, feel guilty about it also.
yeah, like
Okay.
just get through those feelings. You got to get through it to get through it. So Um, I feel you, sister. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Sorry, I feel like I literally can't see. I'm one of these people. I am going to give birth to my second child soon, and I've made the decision to formula feed from day one because I didn't have a good experience with my first. My mom won't shut up about it, and I really,
Ugh.
how I should really try breastfeeding again. How should I approach this? Tell her to shut up.
Yeah, tell her to start lactating herself, and then
Yeah.
she can do it.
No, it's like you're making the absolute best decision for you, babe. So, like, just, I don't know. I think just maybe find humor in it too. Because it happens, and I mean, I will tell you from my experience, formula feeding from the get was the best decision I ever made for this journey. And anybody who thought anything like did not matter to me. So, um,
Yeah, I just have a really hard time understanding like why people feel the need to insert themselves in something like that. So personal of a decision, like not knowing any sort of history. Like I'm an empath, but I cannot understand how people like feel the need, even if it is your mother, especially your mother, because I'm sure that she was the person that you turned to when you were in like the pits of hell with breastfeeding or whatever it was postpartum. Like
yeah.
I just will never understand like how people can judge someone's journey of how they want to feed their child, how they want to anything like that. Again, we always talk about like no judgment zone in parenting, but unless it's like a safety concern, right? Unless they're like in the car seat with no seatbelt or like something, But
Yeah.
something like that is such a personal decision. Also, a decision I know that you did not take lightly because I don't even have
Yep.
a child in utero, but I think about it all the time of like if I ever have another child because and I have a perspective like opposite Lyla, where like Lyla, like you had such a hard time breastfeeding. You also like didn't produce barely anything. So it's just
Hmm.
like, but like I have an opposite, well, similar in the fact that it was really, really hard, but I had a great supply. I oversupply, like it was,
Yeah.
so then but it was miserable and like hate, I felt like I was chained to a schedule, chained to my house, chained, all these things. So I, if I ever have a third child, I it changes every day, but I'm like leaning more towards also from the get go, like being because I would just want to be more present and I just want to be not
It's
chained.
so true. You really are. I and I'll tell you that first week or 10 days, I mean, your titties hurt. I'm not gonna
Right.
lie. They fucking hurt. But like as long as you do your cabbage and your ice packs around the clock, those first 10 days or so, you're golden. But I'll take 10 days of my titties hurting rather than months and months and months of being miserable and, while my child is fed, So it's
Right. And some people have a
yeah.
beautiful relationship with breastfeeding. That's the thing. Like to
Yeah.
judge somebody, some people breastfeed until 2 years old. Some people don't breastfeed at all. Who the F cares if it doesn't affect you? Like,
Whatever. Do you.
yeah. So I'm trying to put myself in like,
Oh yeah, like
if
so
and when I
how does
have
she approach
family,
this?
if
Yeah.
I would say respectfully, it does not concern you, and it really hurts my, like respectfully, fuck off in a more
Well,
respectful way.
okay. Respectfully, mom, I am doing this for my mental health. And I know this is what's best for me and my baby. And make it a mantra, whatever like mantra that is. Every time she like pushes at it or
Yeah,
like nags you about it, just say the same shit. And actually that pisses them off. But like in a respectful way, like make your but hopefully she'll stop after a couple of times of you like having your script, Literally it's
I've
like a
also
script.
like heard of people like googling like famous successful people that were formula fed and breastfed, like or like you go to the grocery store, like can you pick out who's breastfed or formula? You can't. Like it
No.
doesn't matter at the end of the
No.
day. There's pros and cons to both. There's benefits to both. Like you just like who the f cares if it doesn't affect you, but I know there are those nosy parents, especially the boomers, who like think they're trying to be helpful by giving
Yeah.
advice, but you didn't ask for it. And like I said, especially a decision like that, which I know no mom takes lightly. No mom just says like, I'm not even gonna try breastfeeding. Ew, no. Like they've thought about it, or with all of us, like have had bad experience. We've done it before. This isn't our first
Yeah.
rodeo.
And I don't think this was her first rodeo
No,
either.
I think she said
Giving
it's a
birth to my
second.
second. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and that's another decision why I think I won't do it the third if I get pregnant again, because you have, your first child, you can sit and be in the moment, like you don't have
Hmm.
crazy toddlers, kids, teenagers running around. So anyway, yeah, I would just sit her down. Like you just have to, the more kids you have, I feel like the more F's like that you just don't give, and you have to like set those boundaries of like, if I don't ask for advice, like this is a decision for me and my family. Like I'm not asking
Hmm.
for your advice, and you can either support me or, um I've obviously done the research. I know the benefits. I know, like it's all when people insert, it's like, do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I like, I don't know. But yeah, it's hard for me not to be ragey, but I guess in the nicest way possible, tell your mom to
Yeah.
shut the F up about it.
Yeah. You'll figure out your script. Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on your relationship with your mother, obviously.
Yeah.
But you never had anybody like say rude comments? I know like the hospital you said was like exceeded your expectations, super
Oh
like
my God, they were amazing.
didn't
Yeah.
even question you.
I had a couple people, but
But
I
so
had a
what so
script.
what was your script? It was just like this was what
This is
works,
what's best for me and my family.
and that usually shuts them up.
Sometimes. Anyway, let's get to our next one. All right. Can we talk nap schedules for babies 3+ months? 3 months?
3 months is just whatever. You're just
Nothing.
surviving, to be honest.
Um,
I
three
think
months. What was Romy doing? I think her wake windows were like an hour and a half.
or even less. Like at 3 months, I feel like you're not supposed to.
I
But
think
I
this
feel like
time
5,
around,
6 months is when sort of you kind of have to buckle down
yeah.
and like,
So I think to give advice about this, because I feel very with my second, I'm following what my baby's doing and what my baby needs. Like even now for example, like her this like dropping from 3 to 2 naps, like I'm following her at the end of the day, right? Like I'm not going to make my child miserable just because like the internet says I need to keep her up for whatever it is, right? So I think at 3 months it really is just, and just any time, but follow your baby. Your baby's going to tell you when they need a nap, and I found like now, like, since I'm going through it, the schedule doesn't really happen till like 6, 7 months. Like I feel like yeah, around then, like with Romy, I was like, oh, okay, like these are now more intentional. These are um
and it still
these
changes
naps have
every
a
day,
have a
even,
pattern. Yeah, and they
yeah.
still change, exactly. So nothing actually really matters, but go with the flow at 3 months, babe. Go with the flow.
Yeah, and I feel like also like having 2 kids really has taught me that like every child is different and every child
Yeah.
has different sleep needs, schedule needs. So like for example, Gio, he was on 2 naps until like I don't even know, like 15 to 18 months. I think when the second baby, when Julian was coming, we're like we should probably just drop him to 1 nap like to just make it easier for us. Whereas Julian was the opposite, had a lot less sleep needs and dropped to 1 nap at 11 months, which I thought was
Hmm.
insane. And I was Googling like a crazy person, like, is my child broken? Like, what's going to happen? But like, it does, you just do
Yeah,
what works for them. And that
I
worked,
know. Because
So
same Jonah was down to 1 nap at 9 months old. Like, and Romy is approaching that, and she's still on 3. So it's like, yeah, really, follow your baby is my advice.
yeah. But I will say like 3 months, especially like you should not be putting pressure on yourself to have a
Don't put
schedule.
pressure on yourself. You're
Not at
still
all. They're
figuring it
taking
out.
like cat naps, like they're just like napping in the carrier, napping on the go.
Yeah.
I would say like, yeah, like you said, 6, 7 months, but like 4 to 5, I think that's when they say you can start like sleep training if you want to sleep train, right? That's like when they
Which
usually
that's a
transfer.
great
Oh,
that's a
that's
great segue.
okay.
It's a great segue.
Okay.
To one of our other questions. It just says, talk to me about sleep training with the eyes.
Okay.
um
Like our opinions on it or like what? I guess.
okay, I talked to me about sleep training. I think that whatever works for whatever family is, just fine. Do I believe in it? To an extent, yeah, I do. I think there's
I think we both sleep trained in our own ways, like to an
in our
extent.
own ways. That's the
Mhm.
thing. Like I feel like
It's such a black and people try to make it black and white.
yeah, like Ferber method and like all of
Mhm.
these like crazy things. I don't agree with like rigid, again, following your baby. Like and following you too, because you're the one that's going to tolerate the screaming, the crying, whatever. And I will say, like, thank goodness my babies really didn't cry it out all that long and all that frequently. It really took
Right.
a day or two of kind of those rough times. Um,
Because
but
again, every baby has different sleep needs. Because there are like parents who just really have bad sleep, or some babies just don't sleep, and they're like, we tried the Ferber method, but they would cry for 2 hours, and I'd be like, well, that's crazy. I wouldn't do that
yeah,
either. But yeah, again, it's different,
I
and
never let my babies cry for longer than like 10 minutes, honestly. That is my threshold. Everybody has different thresholds.
yeah,
Um, but it also depends how old they are, and like
how
there's a
old
lot
they
of that.
are,
Yeah,
type of the cry, like that's what I mean. It's not black and white at all.
yeah, it's not. So that's why I feel like, I mean, some advice if you really. I did a sleep consultant once, and it really helped me. And I feel like they are a little expensive, but if you're really struggling,
Mhm.
like truly, then it could be a good idea. They're able to like help you track and take the data you need to take to like figure out what's going to be best for them. Or I mean, I
Yeah.
used one once for just like tweaking Jonah's nap schedule, and it literally worked like in 2 seconds. So they're very
Mhm.
educated in the baby sleep space. Um so I would say, if you really feel like you're in trouble, like going that route.
Yeah. I feel like sleep is just like breastfeeding, where it's like such a controversial topic. People try to judge like what they want to do. And until you're a parent and until you've had one child, two childs, you every kid has different needs. Every parent has different thresholds of like what they can tolerate, what are boundaries to them. Like for example, Taylor and I, we sleep train both our kids in our own way. Like we didn't do a further method, moms on call, whatever those methods
Mhm.
are. We kind of just like did what works for us. But like one of the boundaries that we had, one of the like him and I agree, like we did not want our kids to sleep in the bed with us ever. Like we
Oh
didn't want
yeah.
to do co-sleeping. Obviously because of co-sleeping, but also like that's just our only place that's like our own, It's like my only sanctuary that's like my
Yep.
own. So to this day, my kids are 4 and 2.5. They have never slept in the bed with us. The only times that we've tried is like the one time Geo like a year ago had like a double ear infection and like did not sleep the entire night. We tried to like bring him into our bed and like he was like, "What is this place? Like I don't sleep here." Like it did not work because
Yeah.
we've instilled that like they sleep in their own bed by themselves. And
Yeah.
again, works for different people. That's just like one of the boundaries we have. Like we do not ever want to sleep. And sometimes, like I said, when I'll try to like go cuddle with them in their bed or cuddle with bring them into our bed in the mornings, they're like, what's going on? Like they don't, so that does make
Yeah.
me sad sometimes, but I prefer take it
No, it's
over
funny you say that
co-sleeping.
because I feel the same. I'm the same about co-sleeping. Like, um, but like the different like Jonah, I did a lot more contact naps with, and Romy, I feel like around 3 months, I don't know, I stopped them because I kind of had to. Again, second child, like you don't have
Mm-hmm.
time to lay around and sit and cuddle.
Yeah.
So I did start like just putting her down. You know how they say like put them down drowsy or put them down awake, and I did kind of start that, and it worked. And now like she does not do well when I rock her. Like she wants to just be
Yes.
put down and left alone.
Yeah.
So I kind of instilled that in her early, but like also part of my mama heart is like, oh, like sometimes I would love a contact nap just to like
Yes.
snuggle with her, but like no, she's really like learn that, and but also at the end of the day, that is great, right? Like she has that a bit, like I'm able to just like put her in the crib and say sayonara sucka and go about my life.
Yes.
So
But then again, like that doesn't work for all babies or
no.
all parents. So like I never judge. And I mean, our friend, shout out Sally's, she was such an avid like no co-sleeping, don't agree with whatever. And but then her youngest baby was like, really, bitch, like we're gonna go sleep. And she was like, you know what, at the end of the day I have to sleep, so like we're
Yeah.
doing it. And like that, so like that's my biggest example of like you can go crunchy to scrunchy real quick, it just depends on the child. And
Yeah.
yeah, you have to sleep to survive, so like you're gonna do what works for you.
Mhm.
So like luckily both my kids took really well to sleep training, but that doesn't mean to say the next kid is not going to be like, really, let's try, and out
Yeah.
stubborn me. So it just different strokes for different folks. Is
Absolutely. And yeah, I think, yeah, the theme of this is just follow your baby's lead.
Yeah, follow your baby's
Yeah.
lead. And like I said, you can have like boundaries of what, like, so this is my boundary, this is um
Yeah, you and your partner have to talk about that, because what your partner can have a higher threshold than you and vice versa. So I think that's important.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's like what the sleep consultant, that's like their first question is like, what are your goals? Like, do you want them never to come in the bed with you? Do you want them to only come, like, do you want them to sleep independently always? And like, that's sort of like, this would be my ideal situation. Okay, how do we work towards that? And how to meet your
Yeah.
baby halfway of like what you need, what they need. At the end of the day, everyone needs to sleep. We've also said, I don't know if we said on podcast, but we say it all the time offline, is like when you have a second child or third, fourth, fifth, whatever, it's harder to sleep train because especially for us, like our kids share a wall. So it's like
Mhm.
I can't let them cry it out for that long because I don't want to wake up the second child.
I know. That's my
So
biggest struggle too, because I mean,
yes.
Romy had a good couple of weeks. Now we're back to like she's up once a night, which like it's fine, and it's still very developmentally normal. But like,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I'm throwing a bottle in her mouth.
Because
Like,
we
I,
need them to be quiet so they don't wake up the second one, because if we have
yeah,
two kids up in the night, then it's a whole thing. So like we also had to navigate that, so that's why like
yeah,
it's every child, every household, every situation's different.
mm-hmm.
I would have let Julian cry it out longer if I could, but I had his older brother next door that I didn't want to wake up also, so like
I
we would go
know.
in there. So it's
So
just,
true.
yeah, so I would say do your research, like research on like different sort of methods, kind of meet in the middle of what works for you, but also follow your baby's lead on like what their sleep needs. Some babies just are
Mm-hmm.
great sleepers and some babies are just
And
like,
and consistency on your end too. Like try something for a bit and not like, okay,
yes,
one night didn't
that is
work
the
and
thing,
we're.
especially with cry it out, because it always gets worse before it gets better. There's always a
Yeah.
week of hell, and then the babies are like, okay, fine, I guess I'll sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't give up like day one, like at
Yeah.
all. And if you cry day one, normal.
Oh my God, I cried too. So don't
Yeah.
worry.
And like I am a big, well, we did the second time around, which I will do for third, fourth, fifth, however many kids I have. I send the husband, because I've realized
Mm,
like when I go in, even now we have nights where like the kids wake up in the night, especially Julian, and someone needs to go in there and like talk them. Um, I always send Taylor, because one, I feel like whenever I would go in, they would see mom and be like, it's time to party, like, and dad means business for some reason.
mhm.
Mom means
Yeah.
party, dad means business. So if I
Mm,
send Taylor, it's very like, okay, fine, I'll go back to sleep. So you kind of have to figure out what works for you. There's always like
right.
that one parent.
There
Um,
is.
yeah, so I don't do middle of the nights. I did that with Geo, and then I was like, this isn't working for anybody involved. So yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if you were asking for advice on like how to sleep train or your thoughts on sleep training, but we kind of covered it all. So
I think we covered it all. All right. This is our last one. Advice on postpartum weight loss. I still need advice too.
like no advice, no pressure. Like there's
So just go on a GLP-1. I'm kidding.
please don't
But
give
kind
that
of not
advice.
kidding. But no, I think number one, giving your body grace for like what it just did. Okay. Like you grew and birthed and are feeding maybe a whole human. So you don't need to put any pressure on yourself, at least the first I would say the first 6 months. That's my thing. Like some people at like right at 6 weeks are like, okay, ready to work out. Yes, go on walks and stuff. Like that's normal. But like you don't need to be going to like an Orange Theory hit class at 6 weeks postpartum, you know? Um, but yeah, I would say giving your body a lot of grace. I would say like move slow, like yeah, it's just like a slow process. But I have a hard time answering this question because I still haven't lost my baby weight from either baby. Um, but it's hard and I'm fluffy and I'm kind of like accepting my fluffy body. But some days are not as, some days I accept it. Some days I'm like, I'm a heifer.
Right.
Uh,
Some
yeah,
days we're
no.
like so empowering and like, yeah, love our body, love our curves. Some days we go in our
Hmm.
closet and just cry because nothing fits or nothing looks
Literally.
good. So it ebbs and flows. There's good days and bad days. Yeah, we just have to like hold each other accountable. I think like we do a better job at holding each other accountable than like we personally do with ourselves, of just like giving our bodies grace that like one, we just had children. Also, we're not like 20-year-olds anymore. Like our bodies just carry
Yeah.
weight differently. And yeah, I feel like the diet culture, especially with the GLP ones, like all of it, like, and just society, celebrities, there's this like pressure to bounce back and to be a
Hmm.
certain like skinny culture. Skinny is definitely coming back in style, which yeah, is dangerous for the postpartum ladies out there who are
Yeah.
already like very hormonally imbalanced and just dealing with a bunch of emotions. So,
I think that's hard for me personally because actually I just had a chat with my doctor about GLP-1s and if he would put me on one. And he said he would, but he's like, "Are you done having kids?" And I'm like,
right.
No." And he was like, "Well, then I don't want to put you on one. I would like to wait till you're done." But with that, I feel like with me, I kind of have a mentality of like, if I'm not done having kids, why am I going to go and lose all this weight just to get fat again? You know? So I'm almost like waiting to have my last child and then like it's over for you bitches, right? Like that's kind of, and it's, I'm not saying that this is good, but like I that's where I'm at right now, at least. And like that's why I haven't really, like, yeah, I'll take walks and I'll, I do little things here and there, yoga class here and there. But no, I'm not where I was. I mean, what, 5 6 years ago I was waking up Monday through Friday 5 a.m. working out. No, I'm not there. But yeah, when I'm done, I'm getting I'm getting to work when I'm done with having kids. So yeah, that's me personally. So I think if you're, but again, I don't know if that's even healthy or a good way to think about it. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah, I feel like the way I personally look at it is like especially recently, I try not to put a number on it. I mean, I've always had like an unhealthy relationship with the scale, but
Yeah.
it was never, this health journey I've gone on recently, it was never about like losing weight. I really wanted to be healthy. So like even
Yeah.
I might have another child, and yes, it's annoying that I've like lost this weight to gain it back, but like for me, I feel more confident that I'm gonna, if I ever get pregnant again, be healthier like in
Yeah.
body. So I try to convince my friends like it's not about the weight loss, like make sure you're healthy from within. You got your
Yeah,
blood
like
work done,
your
good
blood
job.
work done.
But yeah, because
But
like
speaking,
also
yeah.
having a baby, yes, you gain weight, but also like every time I'm postpartum and I go to the doctor, like my cholesterol is elevated, because also your placenta does stuff, but you're not eating, usually you're eating more and like all this stuff. Especially when I was breastfeeding, I was just eating everything and anything and like not caring about
Yeah.
what I put into my body. So my blood work just went crazy. And like I was just in a super unhealthy place. Like, regardless, I could have been 100 pounds, 300 pounds. Like, just my blood, like, it just was in a bad place. So that's why I was like, yes, like, do I want to do this over and over again? No, like lose the weight and all this stuff. But I'm more trying to focus on like it doesn't matter about that. It's about like getting healthy. So I've been like trying to
Yeah.
get my steps in, and yeah, like because I could be at Orange Theory like going crazy, but like I don't need to like be buff. I just want to be like healthier, in a better mindset, and also like you feel better about yourself,
Yeah.
like you just have
I know
more energy.
I
And
do miss working out. Like I really loved it. And I it was such a an amazing thing for my mental health as well.
yes,
Um and I miss that aspect of my life of like taking an hour out of my day and going to a class or going
yeah,
to
also
yeah.
because like after you have kids, it's an hour of like for yourself. So like I go on walks, like I have a treadmill, I have like all the exercise equipment in my garage, but I would much rather, like 9 times out of 10, go out of my house and like go
Yeah.
on a physical walk. I have like my weighted vest and all that, but like it's an hour for myself. I don't have any little children. Like it just,
Yeah.
yeah, it fills my cup in a way. And then I feel like I've accomplished something because I've gone my
Yep.
steps in. So like I can have a little treat or whatever it is. But yeah, so I try not to, I guess all of that to say, I try not to put pressure on myself, and I try not, it's not about like, I try to tell myself, because again, I have an unhealthy relationship sometimes with weight loss and all of that, but like, it's not about the number, it's about like internally, like what's going
How
on.
you
'Cause like I
feel
said,
and then
you
and the
can be
way
super skinny, and like even like the GLP-1s, like people take it too far and they can still be unhealthy.
yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah. So like,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm a fan of them. I think they are a miracle drug, but yeah, you should use it responsibly and, like with the doctor's orders and not like, go too crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, that so it's a hard one to
Yeah.
navigate.
I like go up and down with the GLP-1s. Like I mean I do, they are miracle drugs, I agree. And like before I went on my health journey, my doctor tried to put me on one, because not because of weight loss, because of my I was in like the pre-diabetic level of cholesterol, triglycerides, all that. And so GLP-1s, before they were used for weight loss, like they were prescribed for pre-diabetic type
Mhm.
2 diabetes people. But then my insurance said F off, like we're not covering that, even though it was like medically necessary.
Yeah.
But I took that as an opportunity to be like, well, clearly I have like something going on with my insulin resistance. So let me try to like eat better. Because there are ways, sometimes with diabetes, you have to have medication like insulin, GLP-1. But
Yeah.
but there are certain things you can do, especially when it's like type 2, to heal it from within. So I was like, clearly, like my body, like I need to figure it out. So now, it's been a year of me doing it by myself.
No,
I
you're
do,
so amazing.
I do feel good, but I also, yeah, I do know that there are people who need it, and especially postpartum women, because they hold the weight. Like some people just need that push. Where the GLP-1 gets tricky is like the women like Layla, like who are already 120 pounds. Like if a doctor is prescribing that to you, like they need to have their license revoked. So like you to get
Yeah.
like to be on it to lose 10 pounds, like why? And then you're taking it
No.
away from like medical people who really, really need it. But I know many people that are on it, and it's like I said, miracle drug. So yeah, it's with any drug, medicine, any like people abuse it.
Yeah, for sure.
Always, it's always there's always those people that are gonna ruin the fun for everybody else.
I know. Yeah. So, I don't know if that really answered your question, but I guess just like our journeys with it and just don't feel the pressure to bounce back. Don't feel this body is going to, and even if you quote unquote bounce back, you're never going to be back to what you're like.
No,
Your
you
body
won't. Yeah.
before and after is never the same, girlfriend.
No.
So, yeah. Okay, well that was our last one.
Is Romy still sleeping?
She is, but she's moving around a little, so I
But
think
she
we
did
do.
great.
She did great. I know. She's
Wow, she is killing this. It's 2 o'clock though, so it'll be interesting to see if she makes it the whole day or.
yeah, we'll see. We will see. Um anything else to close out the episode with? I think
No, yeah, my kids get home like late at
Yeah,
night, so I'm gonna
we'll
be cleaning
our
the
next episode
house.
our next episode we'll hear all about adjusting back to motherhood.
The hell, yeah, I'm probably gonna be in a totally different headspace, like
Right.
drained. I'm gonna come on here next episode and be like, they need to go away again. But for now, my cup is overflowing of like I've gotten so much me time, too much. Like
Ugh,
I need to
so
go
happy
back.
for you.
Yeah,
Okay, well, dare I say?
dare you say.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Scrunchy Moms Club podcast. If you don't already follow us, please follow us at the Scrunchy Moms Club podcast on TikTok, on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are the pink one. Give us a like, give us a follow, a mention, a comment, a 5-star review because we are 5 stars. And keep your bar in hell. Yeah, expectations low.
Follow us for more tips.
Okay. We love you guys so much, and we will catch you next time. Bye.